In the late 1800s, America was booming, and the exuberance was captured by the Queen Anne home. With its elaborate towering turrets and fish-scale shingles, Queen Anne architecture spoke of optimism and promise. The extravagant style swept the country in the last 20 years of the Victorian period. And although the inspiration for the Queen Anne was English, modeled on the 18th century architecture built during the reign of Queen Anne, Americans quickly adopted it as their own. It was sometimes even called the national style.
It was a way to express the great creativity of the American people. It was a way to provide interest in its varied materials and its varied roof lines. These were things that were intended to tell people that the person who lived in this house was someone who knew the world. He knew what he was about, and he also was an American.
L.H. Brightman was one of those Americans. An inventor and owner of a machinery company, Brightman was a success story of the Industrial Revolution and embodied the virtues of the time: innovation and an entrepreneurial spirit. In 1901, he designed a house in Millersburg, Ohio that represented those same ideals. Brightman built a substantial house for his wife and 8 of his 12 children. Designed in the style of choice for up-and-coming Americans, his 28-room home had all the classic features of a Queen Anne, like a steep gabled roof and a large front porch. It was crowned by the most recognizable symbol of a Queen Anne, a dramatic 3-story turret.
The Queen Anne style offered just enormous opportunities for someone who had money to spend on ornament. It was one of those things that Americans found just terribly easy to express themselves with, and so they did.
From the floors to the ceilings, the Brightmans revealed their affluence with Victorian attention to display. The home's turret provided the parlor with generous bay windows draped with fine fabrics. The Brightmans' Queen Anne house was filled with Queen Anne-style furniture, distinguished by its graceful cabriole legs and delicate fiddleback chairs. The finery was made possible by the manufacturing and money of the Industrial Revolution, a fact that Mr. Brightman never forgot. The man who became prosperous because of modern machines made sure his Queen Anne was also equipped with the most modern conveniences. Chandeliers fueled by gas or electricity supplied light any time of day or night, a novelty at the time. A speaking tube served as an intercom. And a coal-burning furnace provided the luxury of central heating.
Because of his connections to the manufacturing industry, I think that he was a very modern thinking man, so he was like always wanted the best that was available technology of the time. So when he built the house, he incorporated that into it.
It was these modern devices and the progress they represented that led many people to call the Brightman house and the Queen Anne the national style. Employing the newest technology of the Industrial Revolution and funded by its riches, the Queen Anne was the high point of the Victorian spirit.